right? DIY. I run my entire house on this 12-volt system. Okay, now you're probably saying this is probably like overkill for a 12-volt system. But actually, there's a really good reason why I went 12 volts. Okay, all right. So I'm just showing you my entire system. About two. This is about a 2 kilowatt system. Okay. Now, let me explain to you guys what's going on. There's a lot of people that have a lot of money. They invest a lot of money into expensive um, solar systems. Let me come down from the roof so I could, the sun up here is killing me. But anyways, they've spent a lot of money building their systems, and not building. I think using the word building is incorrect. Purchasing their systems from companies. Now, when you look at these people that buy these solar systems from these companies, let me tell you, they have these really badass, kick-ass systems. They really do. But the problem is that that's precisely the Achilles heel of their system, is the fact that the system is so superior. Right now, these solar companies, when you buy a system, for your house, the railing system or the mounting system that they have for solar panels, they rate them at, they say, oh yeah, these, your solar panels and the racking system, they will, tolerate up to 165-mile-an-hour winds, etc., etc. Okay, that's fine and dandy. But they're not considering the fact that in a storm with 165-mile-an-hour winds, there's going to be flying debris that's going to crash into your solar panels and destroy them. So it isn't an issue of whether or not they'll fly off of your roof. It's an issue of whether or not something else that's flying off of somebody else's roof is going to land exactly on your solar panels. All right? The other thing is this. I have a 12-volt system, so I know that I can manually touch my 12-volt battery and it's not going to electrocute me. I can touch it because 12 volts won't penetrate the barrier of your hand. You won't get electrocuted. It's safe. It's low voltage. If you look at something, let's say, like a power wall, the battery itself puts out 240 to 450 volts. So a person who has no solar background, who knows nothing about solar, if they find themselves in a situation where there is a tornado or an earthquake or anything, they can be exposed to a battery that has voltages upwards of 400 volts. Be it a flooding situation, you have those high voltages, wires under the water. To me, it's a disaster waiting to happen. Maybe I am being overcritical, but that's just my thought. And this is something that it really isn't being talked about in the solar industry, because you have these people who have these awesome solar systems professionally installed, but they have no clue as to how to deal with any little thing that might arise. Um, right now, if one of my batteries goes bad, I go out and buy another battery and put it back in. It's 12 volts. 12 volts does have certain limitations, and I'm not going to get into that in this video. But let's say you have a tornado. Let's say you have a hurricane, right? And it like it happened here in Puerto Rico. We had Hurricane Maria. Don't think about the warranty, because you might have a warranty, but in the moment of the tragedy, your ass might be out of power because something broke your solar panels during the storm, because your batteries went bad. You know, and maybe the company will honor your warranty after 2 3 months, 3 4 months. You know, I remember during Hurricane Maria, nobody could do a damn thing. You know, so in that situation, don't expect those solar companies to come out and fix your solar system. It's not gonna happen. You know, it's not gonna happen. So it's kind of like pathetic to pay for an enormous, powerful solar system, and then in the moment of truth, the moment when you need it the most, you're shit out of luck because you got no power, because your system is too big and too complex for you to even troubleshoot it. You know, those are just my thoughts. You know, I mean, to each his own, but I think that if you are gonna do solar, you know, if you even if you have a really big kick-ass system, you know, if you have the money for it, go right ahead. But have yourself a little 12-volt system as backup, even if you have solar. You know, and if you're gonna have, you know, a solar system, educate yourself on it because you may need it. You may need it. You know, I mean, I don't know much about the whole 12-volt, you know, Tesla power walls and those type of, you know, big batteries. But you know, if I did have one, I'd make sure that I knew exactly how to deal with that type of a system in case of an emergency, because you never know, guys. You know, you're talking really high voltages there, man. And high voltages in the hands of people who don't know what they're doing, it's really dangerous, you know, really dangerous. So, you know, just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. So if you're gonna do solar, um, I recommend build it yourself. You know, build it yourself. You know, even though it might be a little learning curve, maybe you don't want to know, but it's something that I think everybody should know because it's just too dangerous not to know. You know, so hope you guys like this video. Peace.